Coming up next, we're going to take a look back at our 2014 interview with the co-hosts of American Pickers as we remember our time with the late Frank Fritz. Welcome back to Sidewalks Entertainment. In 2014, our host Cindy Rhodes had the opportunity to interview the then hosting team of Mike Wolfe and Frank Fritz, who of course are best known as the original duo of history's American Pickers. Join us right now as we remember the late Frank Fritz.
Our guests today live by the motto that one man's trash is another man's rusty gold on their hit TV series on history called American Pickers. I'd like to welcome Frank Fritz and Mike Wolfe to Sidewalks.
It's good to be here, Cindy.
Hey guys.
Very nice. Thanks, Cindy.
Hello.
We are just so happy to have you.
Well, thank you. I wish I was in San Francisco. It's snowing here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I think those guys could, in Nashville, in the central part of the country, could be having a very long winter.
Yeah, everybody's banjo fingers are froze up.
It started out too early.
So I have visions of you guys coming out of the womb picking. You know?
Actually, I was, you know what? I probably could have. I was 10 pounds.
How did your interest in sort of antiques come about, and you know, how did it lead to where you are today?
I think me and Mike both been collecting. I mean, when I started out, I collected the staples, you know, beer cans, stamps, coins.
Razor blade. You collected razor blades?
Razor blade collections, tube repairs, you know. I mean, I collected all the staples when I was a kid, and it just escalated.
I started collecting when I was 4 years old. I was walking to kindergarten, and they had one of those big garage sale trash days, you know, where everybody throws everything out on the curb, and I saw an old bicycle, and I wanted it, and so I didn't go to school that day. I just went around picking in the garbage all day. My mom got a call from the school and wanted to know where I was, and so she did a cool thing though. When she came home and once she settled down, she goes, you know what? If you're going to be bringing all this stuff home, she goes, I won't park my car in the garage anymore. I'm going to leave the garage for you. That was so. At 4 years old, I had a man cave.
So we had your mom to thank. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Rita.
Now, you guys are from Iowa, of course, which is a very long way from Hollywood. How did the TV series come about?
I pitched this show for 5 years. I started filming myself. I was filming Frank and started posting a lot of that stuff online. And then really a lot of my friends in Nashville here helped me understand what the process would be. You know, writing a treatment, you know, when we were cutting our sizzle, a lot of my friends in Nashville were telling me, hey, lose this, gain that. So, you know, being from a small town in Iowa, everybody thought I was crazy. You know, they're like, you're not going to have a
I'm sure.
TV show. You're nuts. You know, so, and to be honest with you, I mean,
pitching it for 5 years.
Yeah, for 5 years. I'm pitching shows right now, and there's not one show I'd pitch for 5 years. Right. So I was naive to the process, you know, and it worked out.
But the thing about us was, I mean, you know, our show, you know, we've known each other since 8th grade. We've been picking, you know, for 25 years. I mean, you know, a lot of the stuff that we gravitate towards, you know, we've bought that stuff, you know, 10, 20 years ago, you know, so we know what it is.
Now, do you have a favorite part of the country that you like to pick? Is there a cash
Actually,
cow?
I like the West Coast. I mean, if you've noticed behind us, we've got the curtains from the Tonight Show set when Johnny Carson was here. We thought we'd put those up for you guys.
Wow.
Super
so Frank
rich.
pulled those out of, I think they were in a Mercury Sable in a trunk or something that Johnny's old girlfriend's cousin's hairdresser had.
Hairdresser had them.
Yeah,
It was amazing.
So he tracked that down, and that's what I'm talking about. It's all about bird dogging and not giving up.
That's right. How often is freestyling successful?
I mean,
does that actually work
anymore?
out
anymore.
Remember that we were in Tennessee and Virginia border, and we knocked on a door, and this guy's laying there in his underwear on the couch, and he comes to the door, he rubs his eyes, he goes, "Is that you, Frank?"
Yeah. So it's a little harder to freestyle now because, you know, obviously people know who we are, but there's a lot of people out there that don't have cable, don't have internet, don't have that kind of stuff. So, you know, we knock on
He's talking
people's...
about himself.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, basically myself.
I still had the flip phone.
Yeah. No, I got rid of the flip phone.
Did you?
Yeah, I got a smartphone.
Okay.
So, guys, what is the most successful item that you've ever picked, and were you able to acquire it? Like that you found, and then were you able to acquire it?
Her name was Lisa. She was a redhead. I wasn't able to acquire it, though.
Frank.
All right.
You know what? I found some stuff from the Schwatka expedition. It was an American expedition into Alaska, the second one that was ever gone when Americans first started going up there. And I found paintings, some literature in a house in Rock Island, and I ended up selling that stuff to a museum in Juneau, and they were very excited to get it because, you know, it's so hard for them to find anything at all about their history, you know, with the United States. And so it was really cool. There's so many different things, you know. I mean, we really make a living off buying something for $20 and selling it for $70 or $50, though. You know, those $1,000, $10,000 deals,
they're far and few between.
They are.
Well, I mean, we obviously, if you watch the show, you can see that, you know, I buy like the common man stuff, you know, $5 oil cans, you know, stuff like that, $5 Chuck stuff, you know.
Sure. Well, guys, I put on Facebook that we were going to be chatting today, and let me tell you, I got a huge response. Can I ask you a few questions that came to us?
Yeah, let me explain to Frank really quick. Facebook is like a social media site where people...
What's media?
They like put their picture up and then they talk to friends and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I only had like 3 friends in high school, besides you.
The most important thing that came through was the fact they wanted to thank you for saving American history. That was the first and foremost that they were asking or wanted me to share with you. Here's one of them. Which of you came up with the idea to bundle?
Bundle, that's me, because that goes back to the $5 Chuck thing. You know, you're trying to get, you're trying to get something. You know, you're trying to get something for a certain price, and then you throw something else in it, and then people like, oh, okay, well now I'm getting this kind of money. Right. You know, it's bundling.
And I told him too. As soon as he started saying bundle mania, I'm like, you gotta trademark that, because look at Larry the Cable Guy. Look at that guy.
There you go.
Ain't scared.
Ain't scared.
I mean, that could have been Frank's. That could have been your ain't scared.
That could have been.
Okay, we're gonna rapid fire here because we are almost out of time. What kind of music too when you listen to on the road? When you're traveling?
There's only one kind of music, that's 80s hairband music. I mean, that's the only kind.
I like old country and western, man. Little Lefty Frizzell.
Has the success of the series changed the way you do business?
Not really. People ask that all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if something's worth $100, it's only worth $100. I mean, obviously, it's changed the way we do business with all the leads that are pouring in from the network or from people coming in the store or email. I'll explain what email is later to you, but
okay.
Yeah, we're very blessed. I mean, in our business, leads mean everything.
Well, we are out of time, but as we close here, what's the best advice you would have for people who are antiquing and they want to barter with the seller?
Oh, I mean, you know, it's knowledge. You know, it's all about knowing. You know, educate yourself on your product and what you have and what you're buying. You know, so that way you can be smart about the item that you're buying, and you know, I mean, you might be able to teach them something.
Love it. Guys, thank you so much for being with us today on Sidewalks. It was such a pleasure. I loved meeting you. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, Cindy.
That was a fun interview with Mike and Frank back in 2014. Frank was only 60 years old when he passed away, way too young. He will definitely be missed. Condolences to his family, friends, and to his fans. For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit us at sidewalkstv.com, our YouTube channel, and don't forget to follow us on social media.